So this is a provision where SAP given that if you want to replicate, I have an employee base in US, UK, Australia, and many countries, and I don't want to implement the replication to US. I can control here. I can have a control to only replicate the data on a country base. So I will select US and UK. I will ignore Australia. It will not touch based on the EC entities defined in the second step. So it will check the countries, the employee base. For example, in US we have 100 employees and UK have 50 employees. In the EC, under the job info, we have a company countries. So this will the fifth step will check, oh, in this node they want to implement US and UK. They didn't mention Australia, so we need to replicate only those countries from the success factors to SAP. We have an option here. We'll maintain the countries and it will pick it up based on the, yeah, here this is the sixth step where we can create a template group. We'll name it like migration from EC to SAP, and we will name it one template group. Under the template group, we will maintain all the templates.
Yeah, yeah. This is for replication, right? Not the migration.
This is a purely replication, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And yeah, after the template groups, we will go to our parameters for the employee data, master data, or assignment query. So where here we will have a control. For example, the client is replicate only the employees in the EC side. When the employee profile is created, this particular employee is a contractor or a regular employee. So we have a date. We need to give a parameters in EC, and then here also they have given a provision to control. The clients want to replicate the employee data only. They want to ignore all the contingents or contract workers. We have an option. If you select the employees, only employee data will replicate from SuccessFactors to SAP. Because if you select employee and contingent, it will replicate all the data. If you have only, if you want to replicate only employee, then it will, based on the selection, it will replicate from EC to SAP.
I see. This is a really nice actually opportunity. You have mentioned that some group of employee we can actually put the out of
Control.
scope for the replication. That's great.
Yeah.
And Murali, your mouse is mouse cursor is actually multiplex. Is that possible to? Because I'm not actually see your mouse on which configuration step.
Okay. Now.
Still the same.
Okay.
I can.
Now you will able to see
Yes,
the. Okay.
but
So the
still
parameter.
the same. Still multiplex.
You're still not able to see my mouse.
I'm able to see, but too much actually. Too much cursor in there.
Let me hold for a second. So now I am at define constant for the employee data replication from EC based on the VIB.
Okay, I can actually watch the video. This is okay. And which step we are able to separate it based on the employee group?
That is define parameters for employee
Hmm.
master data and organizational assignment query. So in this we have many parameters. The employment status, we also having a provision, and if you want to replicate the employee groups also, we will put it a comma, and we
Mhm.
will maintain if you want to replicate only one two regular employees and the standard workers. That is also we have an option here. Those, there are so many parameters we can define here,
Mhm.
and even company codes also. If you want to replicate only 1000, let us say it's a US based company code, you can put it
Mhm.
a 1000, and you don't want to replicate the 1100, you can ignore.
Mhm.
You don't want to maintain here, and you can maintain 1200 also based on the country, based on the company codes. The employee data will replicate from EC to SAP
Mhm.
under this parameters for employee data, employee master data.
Okay.
And the next step, the constant, where the constants will pick comes into picture is, for example, the EC has different fields and different values. For my requirement, I maintained the data for let us say one particular standard field value. For example, I have the national ID. National ID is a field that is a mandatory field. Other than
Mhm.
that, the the reason for resignation, there is a custom field that should require to replicate into a custom info type. That is the requirement. So we will map the EC field to a info type, and particularly info type field. Whatever the value which is coming from success factors, it will convert, it will update as a constant into the SAP info type. That is an example. For example, client is requesting, or the requirement is like whatever the values are there in the success factors, that should maintain one single constant to all the employees in the one particular info type. We will
Mhm.
select the info type, and under the info type we will select the info type field, and we'll choose the EC field. For example, and I run the replication, the employee has a one particular value, it will check, it will verify, oh, this is a constant table where it is maintained for this particular field, particular EC field. It should convert to a constant, and it will replicate to a standard info type or a custom info type with the replication. This is an example. I will show you live examples also using this node. I hope you understand.
Yes, yes, I understand, and but I think I need the mapping Excel, and also I
Yeah,
have the mapping Excel. And as far as I remember, Morally, for the national ID, I mean 770 info type. As far as I remember, national ID is the standard field. I
standard
have
field. Yeah,
yeah, I have successfully replicated, but the other fields, like father name, mother name, or it actually depends on the country for sure. In
yeah,
Turkey, we are using the 770.
mm,
So for the custom one, actually I couldn't do that. I have just say to client, this is a standard one, and I recommended to do that the standard one, and that's all. And I have no information about the custom field mapping. So if we go over the in the system or in the slide which is the standard fields, which is the custom fields, it will be really great for me. And the
yeah,
same as with
sure.
the education info type, and
Mm.
22 is not, I think, standard for education standard mapping, so I couldn't do that. But I'm
Uh,
sure that it is possible, right?
yeah, yeah, it is possible. Yeah. So
Mhm.
I got while you were discussing, so the employment status is a field. I got one requirement. So employment status is we will maintain different percentage in EC. Whereas
Mhm.
while replicating the employment status from EC to SAP, the client is requesting to update this info type 7 with an employment status as a 1. So whatever
Mhm.
the percentage that is coming from EC, we will maintain in the constant table. It will ignore whatever the percentage, and it will straight away it will update as an employee percentage as a 1 as per the SAP standard table in the info type 7. That
Mhm.
is an example. So a constant is covered, and define organizational structure entity for constants in BIB. This one is like there are hierarchies. For example, I am reporting to A, and A is reporting to B. So org structure is, they want to they don't want to replicate the org structures. I'm reporting to A and A reporting to B. They don't want to replicate this org structure, and they want to maintain a constant. For example, whoever's reporting to A, and A is whatever the reportees are reporting to B, they can define directly all employees are reporting to B, John,
Mhm.
who is the vice president. We can maintain this organizational structure constant with the VP ID, so that
Mhm.
it will ignore all the org structures, and it will maintain a single reporting structure. It will ignore all the levels of the in the middleware, and it will update only one person or one structure. I hope you understand. Any doubts here?
Actually, I'm just thinking about the constant values. Is that possible to repeat it again for the constant values?
Constants for employee data replication.
Yes.
So we will, after maintain this easy field and the info type field in the template, under the template groups. For example, I have a WS underscore 4 is a EC entity, and I
Mhm.
maintain only employment status. I configured
Uh-huh.
to info type 7 the employment status as per the info type 7.
Mhm.
I updated the template, and under the constant we will choose the whatever the template that we are trying to maintain a constant. It will automatically check this is the, if we select the template, under the template whatever the fields that are there in the template, it will identify and it will send a constant value. It will ignore the values which is assigned to EC field, because this constant, this node is basically, it will first verify the template, and under the template what are the field that a client is trying to make a constant.